Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. This your boy Tank be Choppin, back with another haircut video. Check it out, man. What we're gonna be doing on this video is we're taking off the mullet. As you can see, my son's got a lot of hair back there. He's been growing it for almost a year, and we said, you know what, it's time to cut it off. So we are gonna be doing a burst fade. So I got my number 10 guard on my clipper, and I know y'all probably thinking like, bro, what you mean your number 10 guard? Yes, I'm using a number 10 guard. Sometimes on kids, this is the easiest way to keep it long, but still get it down to, you know, a nice length, right? So with that being said, this is my number 10 guard, and as y'all can see, I'm going over the top a good amount of times, getting it all down to that length. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I really didn't know what kind of cut we were gonna do at first, but then once I took it down on top with that number 10 guard, I was like, you know what, let's do this burst fade. So I'm taking down the back of the mullet as well. As y'all can see, we're cutting all that off with the same guard, number 10, and we're just gonna get everything down to that length. So we're going over the top, we're going over the back, we're getting it all down to that length, that way we can do a burst fade on this haircut. The only thing I would say about these longer guards is a lot of times you got to go over the hair a lot, because the guards tend to want to push the hair, you know what I'm saying, instead of feeding it into the actual blade. What these guards do is sometimes they just push the hair, so you got to go over it a good amount of times, or you can't always just go over it with the shears. You know, in all honesty, that's probably, I said that weird. In all honesty, that's probably the best way to do it. Or like I said, you can just go over the top a good amount of times, or the length you're trying to cut down a good amount of times. But now that that's done, as y'all can see, I got my clipper, I got my number 4 guard on my clipper, and I'm debulking the sides where I want my burst fade to be at. Just debulking it with that number 4 guard, that way it is easier for me to blend into. If y'all are interested, I am using the Stylecraft and 360 GZ clippers. If y'all want to purchase these, you can go to stylecraftus.com. Use my discount code TANK10 on that website. But I've been using these clippers a lot, man. Like they stayed on my station, I'm still using them. I really like that motor on them, so that's why I keep them in rotation, man. They got a nice strong motor, especially for taking down, you know, bulk like this. But that was a number 4 guard. Here is my number 3 guard. Once again, following that same shape that I originally created with that number 4 guard, you know, debulking everything in that burst fade type shape that I want to create. Now I'm taking my Stylecraft Saber trimmer, and we're gonna go ahead and set in our initial bald guideline. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I think next time I cut his hair, I'm gonna go a little bit higher with my bald guideline. I want the burst to be a little, you know, I want it to be a little thinner in the back, and I want it to be a little higher on the side. So we may bring it up a little bit next time around. Once again, if y'all want to purchase this trimmer, you can go to stylecraftus.com. Discount code TANK10 on that website to save yourself some money. But we are doing a point in the back, as you can see, so we're gonna be pointing it on this side and taking all that excess hair off. Then we're gonna go over the side with the shaver to get it all nice and bald. And then once that is done, we're actually gonna start blending. So I'm going in with my clipper all the way open, setting in my next section. Now I'm gonna be following the same shape that I created with my trimmer. We're just gonna set in another section with that clipper open before we move on, right? So that's basically what we're doing here. And once again, guys, this doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want it to be, you know, you just want it to look good, right? And then I am gonna start to blend it out a bit by adjusting my lever close little by little, working my way down towards that initial guideline. And then when my clipper is all the way closed, I'm gonna be attacking that line at the lowest part. And then I will adjust my lever as needed to try to get this blend to come together in this area. And once that is done, I'm gonna take my number 1 guard with my clipper lever open. And we're gonna follow the same shape once again. Still keep that, you know, that rainbow-like shape as we're coming up with that 1 guard lever open. And once we got that done, I'm gonna go ahead and go on with my number 2 guard lever open, following the same shape. Now you can close your 1 guard and start taking out that line and then revert to your half guard if you want, but I just decided to do it this way for whatever reason, right? Like I don't know what I was thinking. Like sometimes I do it this way, sometimes I don't. But number 2 guard lever open and then closed. And then we're gonna move on to my number 4 guard once again. Try to, you know, blend this into the bulk a little better. And now after this, I'm gonna start fading down. So this is my number 4 guard. Then I'm gonna go down to a number 3 guard, and then just go all the way back down until we get all these lines nice and erased, and really until that fade just looks the way we want it to look. Here is my 3 guard. And as you can see, I'm going in with my 3 guard closed. Typically, I don't open my 3 guard unless I really feel it's necessary. But a lot of times I can blend my 3 guard into my 4 pretty good. And then once that is done, we're gonna go back down to our 2 lever open and then 2 lever closed. And as you can see, the blend is looking better. Obviously, it's not 100% blended, but we're working on it, right? So here is my 1.5 guard closed. And then same thing with my 1.5 guard, guys. I rarely go in with my 1.5 guard open unless I feel it's needed. But a lot of times I just go in with it closed and I feel that it does, you know, basically what I needed to do. And then here is my 1 guard open. And then you can actually skip your 1 guard closed if you like. I always just do it just because it's just like embedded in my head to do my steps this way. But you can skip the 1 guard closed and just go to your 1/16 guard open. So basically what I'm doing here, right? Like my 1/16 guard is open. I'm just basically going over what I did with my 1 guard lever closed. But if you want to cut yourself a little bit of time, don't even use the 1 guard closed. Just go in with the half guard open. And then adjust your lever closed. Adjust your lever closed as needed to get that line out. And then y'all know I've said this in a previous video, that that half dub guard doesn't really blend all the way down to the clipper open. So you're gonna have to go back in with the clipper open and do a little bit of detail work, or you can use a different half guard. You can use a tight guard if you like, or you can use like a wall or a babyless half guard and it'll fade it a little better. But now that that is done, we're gonna go ahead and set up this lineup. As you can see, we get in that C cup nice and sharp. And I do want to say that I did use the razor and I added some enhancements. However, I didn't record it. Once I finished this side of the haircut, little man was kind of ready to get out the chair, so I wanted to hurry up. But nonetheless, moving on to the front edge up, we set in our line in the middle of the forehead, and then we worked our way over to the vertical bar. Hit that vertical bar and do a little bit of cleanup work on this edge up. And then once that is done, we're gonna go back in and do some detail work. So I always like to put in my lineups and then go back in and do detail work, because I feel once you actually put that line in there, that lineup, you can kind of see the blend a little better and really see where you have discrepancies. So I'm just using whatever guards I feel are necessary, which in this case, that was the 1.5. This is my 2 guard. You know, I'm gonna be reverting and changing guards as I feel is necessary for this blend to come together. But check it out, man. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbchoppin.com. You can book there. But that's basically it for this video, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go.